Hey everyone. So, as you might know, September 10th, which just passed, was World Suicide Prevention Day. And so I wanted to make a video um, a little bit related to that topic. So, as I'm sure a lot of you have seen, there's a lot of people that are going through mental health difficulties. Not just in the hobby, but everywhere. But I have seen quite a few people in the hobby going through stuff, and I know that they use this hobby as an outlet, and they use it as a way to get away from whatever's going on in their lives. And I think that's amazing that they have this hobby to get away from whatever's going on in their lives. I mean, I know I use this hobby too to kind of get away when I'm stressed from work or school or whatever. And I think almost all of us use this as an escape. But I think it's especially important, though, when you're going through a lot of stuff to have that escape. And I'm happy that people have this hobby. But recently, also, as I think a lot of you know, this hobby has a lot of hurtful and toxic areas to it. And I made a video about this before, but I just wanted to, I guess, reiterate how important it is to be kind to one another. And I think everyone's gotten frustrated with somebody at some point in this hobby, and it's so easy to go on the internet and complain about somebody. But the thing is, and we've all seen it happen, one person will complain about something to do with someone, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people jump on board, and then it becomes this onslaught for this one person, and it seems like everybody's out to get them. And some people might be able to deal with that, and maybe you wouldn't be affected by it, but there's some people that they're just barely hanging on to whatever they've got in their lives, and this is their place to escape. And to make that place so toxic is terrible, So I think being kind and being careful with your words is important. And I don't mean that you can't express discontent with something that someone's doing. You can express it, but do it in a kind way, in a way that isn't going to be hurtful, and preferably not public. If you're having a serious difficulty with someone, say if you buy something from somebody and it wasn't what you ordered, or just something like that, like, try talking to the person. And I know it's easier said than done in a lot of these cases, but just try to think before you just go on a confession blog or anywhere and just post about this thing that this person did in a moment of anger, because in a lot of cases you can't just take it back. And I know it's easier to do this on the internet because the person's not in front of you, so you're not gonna see what actually happens to that person when they actually read it. You know, I think some people think that the person's gonna get maybe angry or something when they read a post about them, and some people I think do, but I think 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be very hurt by what they read. Um, Even if it's somebody who's had this happen quite a few times, I'm pretty sure that, you know, no matter how many times it happens, it's still gonna hurt. Um, so, just, you know, try to think before you post something. You know, think, realize that if you post something about somebody, you're probably not going to be the only one. There's probably going to be quite a few people after you that are going to start posting about that person. Because we've all seen it happen on the confession blogs and a lot of other places. And I have no explanation for why, you know, nobody seems to have a problem with so-and-so, and then all of a sudden one person posts about that person, and then suddenly all these people are coming out of the woodworks to complain about them and say things that they never said before. So it's, I can't explain it, but, you know, just kind of think when you're going to post that that's something that might happen, and, you know, do you really want to cause everybody to turn on that person? And maybe you feel like whatever they've done is terrible enough to warrant you to want everyone to turn against them. I can't think of a case where I would want someone to have everyone turn against them. Because that's something I wouldn't want to wish on anyone. To feel dejected by the thing that kind of is holding them together, or that provides an outlet, or, you know, maybe it's the only thing they look forward to in their day. You know, I'm just trying to, you know, I think we all know how we would feel if it happened to us, or maybe you already know how you feel because it's happened to you. And I also know how easy it is to just go and post something when you're angry, you know. But I think for the sake of everyone that we should try to control that anger and, you know, that need to be mean when somebody has offended us in some way. Because that creates a lot of hate in the hobby, and it just turns it into a place that isn't welcoming. I know a lot of new people, like, one of their main concerns is that they've heard about this amazing stuff that's occurred in the hobby, and they're intrigued by the dolls and everything like that, but they're so nervous to step out there and join the community because they're like, well, we've heard all these terrible things that are happening, you know, like all this hate that's going towards people and whatnot. And I can't blame them for being wary. I think I was wary too when I first started. I'm glad that I did eventually step out and join the community, but I know that I was quite nervous at first. You know, I didn't know what to expect, if I was going to get a lot of hate or what might happen. So, and if you are new to the hobby and you're watching this, though, I do want you to know that it's worth it to join the community and to step out, because most of the time it's really great. And I've seen so many amazing things happen in this hobby, and so much love and so much support from everybody, that I think it's worth it. But just try not to start being mean to others. Choose your words carefully, because even though you might not think what you're going to say will have an impact on someone, it could have a terrible impact on them, especially if a lot of people are saying it and if a lot of people are going after them. That's something that not a lot of people can handle. No, you don't. Half the time we don't know where each of us are in our personal lives with things and what we're each dealing with. And I would hate for I would hate to cause somebody to lose something in their life that's positive, especially maybe if they don't have a lot of things in their life that are positive. And if you're dealing with stuff, I hope that you are able to find somebody, whether it's in the hobby or not in the hobby, that you can trust and that you can go to and seek help from, whether it's a friend or family, a psychologist, anybody really that is a positive person in your life that's going to try to really help you and be good for you. I hope you have that. And I hope you don't experience any hate in the hobby. I hope this place is a good place for you, and I hope you don't feel afraid because of it and because of us. I hope that you feel welcomed and feel safe here, and I hope we can help you escape for a bit and feel better for a bit. So that's all I have to say. Be kind to others, be kind to yourselves, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.